But did you know that Africa is the place where the body of the first man was found? My daddy says that makes it the place where all people originated from. I'm from Africa. You from Africa. You African booty scratcher. I'm always reaching. We make niggas disappear like that triangle out from you. They can't find his body, but they know that I'm the shooter. I say cut my sins in half, and I'll spread a little room. Deal? Well, you can look in Oklahoma if you want to find the soul.
I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October. A toast, but my granddaddy came sober. Count all the fingers and the toes. Now I suppose you hope the little black boy grows. 18 years younger than my mama, but I really got beatings with the girl of drama. In single parenthood, there I stood. By the time she was 21, had another one. This one's a girl. Let's name her Pam. Same father as the first, but you don't give a damn. Irresponsible, plain not thinking. Papa said chill, but the brother keep winking. Still he won't down, you would tear out your hide. On your side while the baby make a slide. But mama got wise to the game. The youngest of 5 kids, hun, here it is. After 10 years without no spouse, mama's getting married in the house. Listen, positive over negative, for the woman a master. Mother Queen's rise in the chapter. Deja vu, tell you what I'm gonna do when they reminisce over you, my God. When I date back, I recall a man off the family tree. My right hand, Papa Doc, I see. Took me from a boy to a man, so I always had a father. When my biological didn't bother taking care of this. So who am I to pick up? Not a bad ticker, but I'm clocking Pop's liver. But you can never say that his life is through. 5 kids at 21, believe he got a right to. Here we go while I check the scene with the Portuguese lover at the age of 14. The same age, front page, no fuss. But I bet you all you know they live longer than us. Never been seen now, that's where you're wrong. But give the man a taste and he's gone. Nodding off sleep to a jazz tune. I can hear his head banging on the wall in the next room. I get the pillow and hope I don't wake him. For this man to cuss, hear it all in verbatim. Telling me how to raise my boy unless he's taking over. I said, Pop, maybe when you're older. We laughed all night about the hookers at the party. My old man standing yelling, good God Almighty. Use your condom, take sips of the brew. When they reminisce over you, for real.
For real, baby. Like that. We for real. Yeah, come on.
I reminisce so you never forget this. The days are way back, so many bear witness the fitness. Take the first letter out of each word in this joint. Listen close as I prove my point. T to the R-O-Y, how did you and I meet in front of Big Lou's fighting in the street? But only you saw what took many time to see. I dedicate this to you for believing in me. Rain or shine, yes, in any weather. My grandma Pam holds the family together. My Uncle Doc's the greatest, better get the latest. If we're talking about a car, Uncle Sterling got the latest. I strive to be live cause I got no choice. And run my own business like my Aunt Joyce. So Pete Rock hit me, enough respect to when they reminisce over you. Listen.
Just listen to the funky song as I rock on. And that's word is born to the one and only. Never be another, he was my brother. Trouble T. Roy, it's like that, y'all. And it don't stop. Rock and still smooth for 92. And we out.
What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Back for another classic in the book of the Strictly Got Old Engine. In this chapter right here, this West Indies Negro population over 200K by 1560. How, Sway? When they used caravels. And they was also traveling in season. Hello. Hope everybody having a good Friday. On this Good Friday in August, what's this? August 8th. Summer almost over with. But I got a couple of questions today, and it's going to be open panel. YouTube ain't tripping it. Let me put it in the link. And this is really a discussion that I would like to have with somebody if I can have the if I can have the discussion. I would like to have that discussion if I can have that discussion. We're talking about 1560 in between 1492 and 1560. Let's talk about it. Because I'm trying to figure out how is it 200 plus in the West Indies by 1560? And they using caravels. And they only traveling at the end of the summer and fall. How the hell did that many niggas get over here in that short period of time on caravels? Can somebody answer that question for me? That's just indications of black people already being here. They say, nah, them is the Africans that we brought over. But they not wild Africans that they bringing over. They not people fresh from Africa. These just people from Europe. These just people raised in Spain, raised in Portugal. And being brought over to work. They not coming straight from Africa. They keep trying to convince us that the Latinos that they brought over, which are square niggas, city niggas, had turned into Tarzan and took over the jungle. I say, nah, hold on, Jose. We gotta look at this. We gotta pull up. We gotta roll up and look at this. And this is before St. Augustine. This is before St. Augustine. anybody can answer that question, please put me up on game. Link in the chat. YouTube ain't tripping today. They let me put the link. So I'll be on for a couple of hours. Seeing if somebody can answer this question for me. There's a couple things I'm gonna look at though. It's a couple things I want to look at though, for the fact that I'm just gonna go on and start with I ain't gonna jump too much into Puerto Rico and Hispaniola. That'll be for another get down. But I'm really supposed to focus on Cuba, Veracruz, Nombre de Dos, Venezuela. Which I'm definitely gonna get at the other ones for sure. Just like spur of the moment though. So I'm gonna go on and start at well, I'm gonna go on and start at Nombre de Dos, cause that's where it all started at. Well, I ain't gonna say that's where it all started at, but that's where they gave up the game at. That's where they gave up the game at. Check this out. Yeah, man, if you want to read on Discoveries of the World from their first original on to the year of our Lord, 1555. Antonio. Are we going to page 124? And I need to get back into this book because I read a cool little minute ago, but they was talking about they was talking about like India a lot too within this book also. So they was kind of going back and forth with it, so it kind of threw me off. I'm gonna go on and jump back into that book though, because there was some other little stuff in here. But just like I always say, black people found in America. Before any white person seen the Pacific Ocean, they seen some niggas. They ain't see the Pacific Ocean till 1513. And what it say? Hold on. So they marched through the lands. In a certain place called Curica, which they spell it kind of different, so they try to throw you off. They're talking about the same place where they found Negroes. And they try to disrespect them by saying they was captured, saying they fucked up in the game. We curled her. In the South Sea. In the South Sea. Now, the South Sea is very important in the game. It's very important in the game, the South Sea. The South Sea niggas. Now, that's what I was kicking that game on, you know what I'm saying, when I was talking about that movie Caruso, and I was talking about they was really talking about the West of South America, Central America, North America. You know what I'm saying? They was really talking about them folks that was giving a lot of descriptions. That's that whole South Sea, right? That's the South Sea. Engine number 9, he gon' shine. What it do? So just like I say, this right here is a good source to hit niggas across the head. Niggas be talking crazy. Niggas was found over here. This is just one source on this. One particular story is coming from different walks of life. It ain't just one person talking about it. Then we go to the Obre Nove, the 8 decades of Peter Martyr, which I done already put out the information on Peter Martyr. Go check that out. But we at page 286. The Spaniards found Negroes, slaves in the Providence. They only live one reason days march from Curica, the same place. And they are fierce and cruel. It is thought that the Negro pirates, so they know niggas was on that water. Negro pirates of Ethiopia. I don't know why they put the Ethiopian on there. This is when the mislabeling. This is the stealing the identity. Just called the nigga Ethiopian. They called the nigga Ethiopians and said that it was from a shipwreck. We got that narrative again, the shipwreck narrative in the mountains. The natives of Curica carried on an incest war with these Negroes, a regular war. They carrying on a regular war with these Negroes. Massacre of slavery is the alternate fortune of the two people. It been going down. So they try to shit on it. So we're going to go to the bottom. The mysterious fact. They can't take the fact away, though. They can't take the fact that niggas was found over here. All that mysterious, all that how they get over here, all this old goofy ass shit, niggas was found over here. Over here before them niggas. And they didn't bring the niggas over here because it ain't no thing like they saying, oh yeah, these are some niggas that ran away from this owner and we went back and got them. That would have been a story. They saying that some niggas had took a ship from the islands and ended up there with a nation of people. And we know they wasn't even bringing over a lot of niggas during that time frame. What do niggas gotta keep still going to this old type shit right here, man? Go to this right here, man. Go to the timeline. Count that shit up, man. These supposed to be their primaries. These supposed to be their primaries. That shit ain't adding up with the people as far as population. It ain't adding up. Go look at it for yourself. You know how to add and subtract, multiply, divide. Do your thing. The author's explanation of the existence of these Africans in America is possibly the correct one. Once again, it's a thing about, I don't know why they so fucked up in the game about black people being over here before them in the new world, in the world they didn't know about because their world is around the Bible. They're supposed to be tracking every family back to the Bible. Every family, every family, every family. I ain't know nothing about these families. Laterra, never been an era. What it do? Oh, and then we take it right here to another one, but this is in Spanish though. The Historia General de Las Indias. And let me just go to that same one. Hold on, let me just go to that same little get down. Hold on, real quick. Here we go. Hold on.
And frightened to see so many dead in such a short time, and the bodies some without arms, others without legs, others cleft in the middle, with fierce slashes. In this battle a brother of Torcha was taken prisoner in the royal habit of a woman, who not only in his costume, but in everything else, except in giving birth, was a woman. Bra. Olboa entered Corica. He found neither bread nor gold, which had been raised before fighting. However, he found and some black slaves of the Lord. He asked where they came from, and they could tell him or understand no more than that there were men of that color near there, with whom they had a very ordinary war. These were the first blacks that were seen in the Indies, and I still think that they have not been seen again. Balboa shot 50 whores he found there, and then burned them, first and foremost.
We have regular wars with these people. There's some black people over there in that area that we have regular wars with. Regular. Hold on. Just one more. Matter of fact, a couple more. Hold on. Just two more. And this is even this four. Hold on. Even this four. There it goes. Yeah, I'm tripping.
Customs of the Indians of Darien. They are the Indians of Darien and of all the coast of the Gulf of Uraba and Nombre de Dios, colored between light brown and yellow, although, as I said, some were found in Quirica black like those from Guinea. They have a good stature, few beards and hairs, except for their heads and eyebrows. Customs of the Indians of Darien. They are the Indians of Darien and of all the coast of the Gulf of Uraba and Nombre de Dios, colored between light brown and yellow, although, as I said, some were found in Quirica black like those from Guinea. They have a good stature, few beards and hairs, except for their heads and eyebrows.
That's the black folks. What it do to transporter? His stacks never been shorter. What it do? These the folks that's found over here. This early in the game. We coming from three walks of life. Non Brady dose. This is part of this little old what non Brady dose? They talking about they shipping a whole bunch of niggas over to non Brady dose. Let's take a look at it. So what we got the transatlantic slave trade. Go to non Brady dose. 1549. Go to Cartagena, Veracruz. Veracruz. Hold on, when is Veracruz? Let me scroll over here real quick. 54, 55, 55, 56, 54. Let me go back. I seen the Veracruz back here too, though. This Veracruz right here. 50. What's that? 50? Yeah, 50. Cartagena, when they're Cartagena. 54. Number 80 Dose. 54. Veracruz. 59. Veracruz 59. So it's really a lot of not of non Brady dose, a lot of not of there was a lot of Veracruz. There was a lot of Veracruz. So the thing about Veracruz, it was really like it was in the 50s, but they supposedly I got down there what in the 1520s whenever they took over Mexico, right? Whenever they took over Mexico, so they talking about 1550s. But then, whenever you go to the whenever you go to the I guess the folks from down there, they kind of live
When it
something
came
different.
time,
Hold on. Yeah, they came up twice. That's crazy. We gonna let the plug way way. We gonna let the plug way way talk. You know, coming straight up out there Mexico. We gonna let way way talk real quick, and he gonna spit some game about the black Mexicans. So definitely pull up, roll up. You know, I'm so glad that you showed up to comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and do it again.
Sí, es con la
¿desde cuándo hay esclavos en México?
ese que
Morelos era negro.
ah,
Vicente Guerrero.
sí, Guerrero.
Juan Álvarez.
Sí, ya sé eso, ya sé.
Los que hicieron la independencia.
Sí, Vicente Guerrero, sí.
Y él aquí venía, aquí tenía amigos. Su mujer era de aquí,
¿de aquí?
Guadalupe, una negra muy bella.
Sí.
Entonces, la independencia en 1810 ya había negros.
Sí.
El embargo de 1940,
sí.
Un siglo después, un siglo y medio.
Sí.
Además, tú sabes que los esclavos los traían en el barco con grilletes.
Yeah.
Si se hunde el barco, ¿qué pasa? Se mueren.
Yeah.
No pueden sobrevivir.
No.
We got another shipwreck story. The same kind of story how they tried to go when they found the black people in Ecuador and tried to say it was a shipwreck over there. The same thing. He explained it like, hold on. If it's a shipwreck, they supposed to be trained up. Hold on, it ain't adding up. But hold on, let me bring it back. So they shackled.
Una negra muy bella.
Sí.
Entonces, la independencia en 1810 ya había negros.
Sí.
El embargo de 1940, Un siglo después, un siglo y medio.
Sí.
Además, tú sabes que los esclavos los traían en el barco con grilletes.
Yeah.
Si se hunde el barco, ¿qué pasa? Se mueren.
Yeah.
No pueden sobrevivir.
No.
Hay que sacarlos, ¿no?
Sí.
Entonces, es una bonita historia, es leyenda, pero hechos históricos, no hay documentos históricos que prueben eso.
There's no historical documents. It's a great story. How the people in Mexico ain't got the documents? Ain't no historical documents.
Porque además se mueren.
Yeah.
No pueden sobrevivir.
No.
Hay que sacarlos, ¿no?
Sí.
Entonces, es una bonita historia, es leyenda, pero hechos históricos, no hay documentos históricos que prueben eso. Porque además, los esclavos negros que fueron traídos aquí, entraron Veracruz.
Sí, Veracruz.
Ciudad de México, ahí para acá. Esa era la ruta.
De Ciudad de México.
De Ciudad de México, era la capital. El gran mercado esclavista estaba en Ciudad de México. En 1537 hay una rebelión de negros.
Big slave rebellion, 1537, but we ain't seeing nothing being really shipped over straight to Veracruz until the 1550s. So I guess they're gonna say, well, I guess they had big shipping going on from probably Hispaniola, Cuba to Veracruz. But I don't know. Let's keep listening to the plug. Wait.
ahí para acá. Esa era la ruta.
De Ciudad de México.
De Ciudad de México. Era la capital. El gran mercado esclavista estaba en Ciudad de México. En 1537 hay una rebelión de negros ahí.
Sí, pero cuando yo estaba en Ciudad de México, cuando yo quiero buscar dónde está afroamericano, yo pregunté a la gente de allá, dice no, no
Es que
hay.
tú no sabes preguntar.
Yo digo, ¿cómo preguntar? ¿Dónde están los afroamericanos, mexicanos mixtos, mexicanos morenos, negros? Yo digo todo.
Nadie quiere ser negro.
Yo digo moreno.
Nada. Es señal de que eres pobre, de que eres violento, de que eres feo, de que eres agresivo. Nadie dice yo soy negro, porque eres malo. Todos queremos ser.
Hold on, man. Let me bring that back real quick, man. This shit wild as hell.
Nada preguntar.
Yo digo,
Bring this whole thing back, man.
Y él aquí venía, aquí tenía amigos. Su mujer era de aquí, de Guadalupe, una negra muy bella.
sí,
Entonces, la independencia en 1810 ya había negros.
sí,
El embargo de 1940,
sí,
un siglo después, un siglo y medio.
sí.
Además, tú sabes que los esclavos los traían en el barco con grilletes.
Yeah.
Si se hunde el barco, ¿qué pasa? Se mueren.
Yeah.
No pueden sobrevivir.
No,
Hay que sacarlos, ¿no?
sí.
Entonces, es una bonita historia, es leyenda, pero hechos históricos, no hay documentos históricos que prueben eso, porque además los esclavos negros que fueron traídos aquí entraron Veracruz,
Sí, Veracruz.
Ciudad de México, ahí para acá. Esa era la ruta.
De Ciudad de México.
De Ciudad de México, era la capital. El gran mercado esclavista estaba en Ciudad de México. En 1537 hay una rebelión de negros ahí.
Sí, pero cuando yo estaba en Ciudad de México, cuando yo quiero buscar dónde está afroamericano, yo pregunté a la gente de allá, dice no, no
Es que
hay.
tú no sabes preguntar.
Yo digo, ¿cómo preguntar? ¿Dónde están los afroamericanos, mexicanos mixtos, mexicanos morenos, negros? Yo digo todo.
Nadie quiere ser negro.
Yo digo moreno.
Nada. Es señal de que eres pobre, de que eres violento, de que eres feo, de que eres agresivo. Nadie dice yo soy negro, porque eres malo. Todos queremos ser blancos. Así nos enseñaron. La cultura mexicana negra está abajo. Ráscale tantito y está. Préstame astucia, por favor, para acá. El primer libro, la primera novela mexicana la escribió un negro.
Luis Inclán. Wow.
Su mamá era una mulata de aquí, de esta zona.
Sí.
Claro, él no dice yo soy negro.
Sí, no,
hay un personaje que le llaman el chango. Y cuando lo describen es oscuro, nariz ancha, era de acá, de esta zona. Ahí hay varios personajes, ahí habla de negros. ¿Cuál es el problema? Que somos un país racista.
Sí.
Y el racismo nos hace ser simulados. Mira, la charrería, nació aquí. Esto es cuidando el ganado, caballo y todo lo demás. Los jinetes de aquí, bueno, aquí hasta mujeres montaban.
Sí.
Entonces aquí se hace un rodeo en la Nueva España, en toda, porque Estados Unidos ni existía.
Sí.
Y de aquí, de esta zona, se fue extendiendo la hacienda de ganado. Entonces los primeros vaqueros de a caballo, la cultura negra mexicana, inicia aquí. Con esta gente de filiación Bantú, Conga,
sí.
el toro de petate, es africano.
Sí.
Y entonces tú ves que los personajes tienen formas de pensamiento que se parecen a la filosofía Bantú. Te voy a dar, aquí decimos nosotros, yo, 2, 3 pedos y al lolote. O sea, la acción, la filosofía de la acción, la filosofía del actuar. Yo creo que hay un movimiento que comienza con la llegada de estos esclavos, o la traída porque están contra su voluntad, y que empiezan a rebelarse desde 1530 y tantos. ¿En qué año es la matanza de 33 negros ahí en la plaza en Ciudad de México? En la plaza, ¿cómo se llama? En la plaza de Santo Domingo. Matan y ponen en picas a 33 negros. Bueno, 33 más 4 negras. Están rebelándose. Y al final logran la independencia. Pero ellos quieren construir otro país. Morelos.
Sí.
O sea, un movimiento que viene desde abajo,
sí,
y que llega hasta la guerra de independencia. Entonces ellos tienen el poder. Morelos, Guerrero, Juan Álvarez tienen el poder. Y este estado, el estado de Guerrero, es un estado de gente negra. Bueno, no decimos negro porque es feo, mulato, moreno,
todo palabras,
pardo,
pero no negro.
no, negro.
Reto.
Simulamos.
Sí.
En todas nuestras casas, y él no me dejará mentir, hay un hijo o hija que se llama negrito, morenito, prietito, chatito, chilito. En todas las casas. Todos tenemos en nuestra casa un familiar que es sí.
Empower your students to be more authentic, impactful writers with Grammarly's comprehensive AI writing.
Te decía de Guadalajara porque ahí tenemos el sol de la negra.
Sí.
Cuando me traes a mi negra que la quiero ver aquí, con su rebozo de seda. El son de la negra. No es de la India, no es de la española, no es de la mestiza.
La negra.
Es de la negra. ¿Has oído música de Sinaloa? El sinaloense, es de ellos. Soy de Mero, Sinaloa. Dicen que borracho vengo. Todos me dicen el negro, pero con suerte. O sea, el negro, mujeres, dominante. Eso dice una canción mexicana, actual todavía. Todos me dicen el negro. ¿Tú has escuchado la canción La Llorona?
¿Cómo?
Todos me dicen el negro, Llorona, sí. Negro pero cariñoso. Negro.
Pero cariñoso. Sí.
Negro, o sea, ahí está.
En la canción.
En la música popular. Sí. Hay una canción de Oaxaca, zapoteca, que se llama El Feo.
¿Por qué?
Dice, yo soy tu negro santo. Yo soy tu negro santo. El negro. Y entonces en toda la canción mexicana hay negritas, morenitas, prietitas, chaparritas, chinitas, chatitas.
¿Ese es negro? ¿Todo ese es negro?
Chato.
Chato.
Chino.
Cabello, sí.
Entonces, está allí. Tenemos cantantes que se llaman La Prieta Linda. Artistas que se llaman Mario Moreno.
Wow.
O sea, si tú revisas la cultura,
es en la música.
No oficial,
sí.
No, la no oficial.
Sí.
La no oficial, la de abajo, la de la gente, estamos. Pero ¿qué decimos? Yo no soy negro. Allá están unos negros. Porque yo no quiero ser negro. Porque si soy negro, me usan como carne de cañón. Imagínate, eres esclavo, no eres dueño de ti, no eres dueño de tu trabajo, o sea, no eres nadie. Yo no quiero serlo. Sí. Todavía, aquí tenemos el corrido mexicano, el corrido de aquí. Dice, una canción de La Mula Bronca dice, pa' morir nacen los hombres, no de estar de esclavitud. O sea, prefiero que me maten a ser esclavo. Que es toda esta herencia que vengo.
So the OG way, man, that's crazy, man. How they just did that like that. Come through telling us that you know what I'm saying, but come through telling us that it ain't no documents of no slaves being brought over during that time. Talking about a shipwreck, which that's the same, which that's the same type of story that we just seen that they just tried to do with the Panama. They did that with the people in Ecuador, and they also did it again with the uh, Bayana Wars. Oh man, let me. And we still trying to figure out how did 200,000 plus get in these areas by 1560 if we just got done looking at some of the lost voyages, not the lost voyages, but the transatlantic voyages. They wasn't going to Veracruz like that until the 1550s. And they try to come with this right here. I guess it's what he's talking about the rebellion. I'm saying that he from there. He ain't got on no shoes. Where his shoes at? Where his shoes at? It's supposed to be 1537. You heard him say, yeah, man, it's a good story about the shipwreck, and they supposed to be shackled up. If they shackled up in the shipwreck, how the hell they get out? The same story they told about Ecuador. And that place right there where that dude was from, that's on the west coast of Mexico. That's over about Acapulco. Yeah, we gonna take it back to this right here still though. Yeah, we gonna take it back to this right here still though. We're gonna take it back right here for sure. Yeah, we gonna take it back right here to the history of the Indies. Now this is talking about a viceroy, which is the governor that's coming from Mexico in the 1550, that's going down to Peru, and let's see what he saw. It's all on the west coast.
The account I carry in leagues and degrees corresponds to the charts of the king's cosmographers, and they do not receive or register any pilot's report without an oath and witnesses. I also want to say how there are many other islands and lands in the roundness of the world, aside from those we have named, one of which is the land of the Strait of Magellan, which faces east and, according to its sample, is very large and extends far into the Antarctic pole. They believe that on one side it goes towards the Cape of Good Hope, and on the other side towards the Moluccas. For the ships of the Viceroy Don Antonio de Mendoza encountered a land of blacks that extended 500 leagues, and they thought it continued with that of the aforementioned strait. Thus, the size of the land is still not fully known. However,
It's all on the west coast. 1550. $500 leagues. We ain't gonna never forget that. That's in the same get down where they talking about the people in Panama. How did 200K get to the West Indies in that short time of frame? And they using shit like this. Come on now. 200,000? And they only come in seasonal? In the Caravel. The most reliable ship at that time. How'd that happen? How did that happen? Can somebody please answer the $1 million question of the night? But make sure that you're pulled up and rolled up. Hold on, I think I got another one where they tried to say the same thing. Hold on. Kenyon Ward coming through Super Sport Honda Accord. Oh, real quick. And also, why would they put this in the game? Yeah, why would they put this in the game as far as ain't over there? Now, why would the actor put this in the movie? You could say, "Oh man, it's just a movie." Nah, it's a subliminal. Subliminal. It's a subliminal right here. This is supposed to be in between Venezuela and, and Barbados. Not, nah, in Trinidad, I guess. Yeah, Trinidad. Now, why would they say this about Venezuela? Which I don't know why I ain't came with this. Man, I'm supposed to do this little pearl dive thing, man, but I just keep getting caught up in all type of other little stuff, man. But Venezuela and that whole little area up there, that north, and North South America, got some crazy, you know what I'm saying, got some crazy history I wanna put out there, but I ain't got to that yet. But that's definitely gonna be like the next little project. I think I need to start playing with it, go and put that out. But why is they depicting Venezuela like this, or as far as the people coming off of Venezuela like this? You know what I'm saying? Why they putting out subliminals like that? Why they putting out subliminals like that? So we definitely got them getting found in Nombre de Dos, in Veracruz. Hold on. Let me go to that one. Wait, hold on. Go to this one real quick.
If I say to you,
Damn, I ain't even got it in this one. Damn, I ain't got it in this one. So I ain't got it in that one. That's big. Damn, that's big. That's crazy. So what I was gonna show was a picture, which I really ain't tripping on it. You know what I'm saying? I can show y'all again another day. But it's a picture from whenever they took over Veracruz, Cortez. You know what I'm saying? Before they got to Mexico City, you know what I'm saying? They had to go through Veracruz first. You know what I'm saying? As far as some people over there, and they got the black Indian getting stomped out by the horse. They got the black Indian getting stomped out by the horse. You know what I'm saying? Doing, you know what I'm saying? Doing their whole little get down. Yeah, let me see if I can go and find that motherfucker real quick. I don't even think I got it on that other. All right, hold on. Let me pull this motherfucker out real quick. Damn, that shit crazy. Skull ain't got that motherfucker, man. Crazy, I ain't got it in there. I don't know where this picture at, man. My bad. Crazy. But I had it real quick, but I don't got it on deck. That's it. Bring it up real Man, that should be goofy as hell. Don't be having the pictures on deck. It's all good. It's just one little picture, man. I'll show it another time. Uh, but yeah, man, it's showing the black people definitely in the Veracruz area. Uh, and that's a fact. Uh, got a link in the chat if anybody wanna slide through real quick. Hold on, there's a couple of little things I wanted to point out real quick. Okay, now when I bring this up right here, this image right here is the image that was known around the world for the Indians of the South Sea, where they found their tobacco. This is the image. And this is what they're saying about the image. Hold on.
The page to the left features the title at the top and the publisher's address at the bottom of the book, as well as a verse on the virtues of education at a young age, self-promoting the chapbook's purpose. The oval, framed illustration on this page is distinct from the other, all-square, illustrations throughout the narrative. We see the scantily clad figure of a black native from the South Seas, leaning against a man-sized barrel and smoking a long pipe. This is a standard plate of the publishing house, recurring in various contexts.
Let me bring that back.
The page to the left features the title at the top and the publisher's address at the bottom of the book, as well as a verse on the virtues of education at a young age, self-promoting the chapbook's purpose. The oval, framed illustration on this page is distinct from the other, all-square, illustrations throughout the narrative. We see the scantily clad figure of a black native from the South Seas, leaning against a man-sized barrel and smoking a long pipe. This is a standard plate of the publishing house, recurring in various contexts throughout their publications.
The black native from the South Sea. Remember I was telling you to remember that South Sea? This is the image of the people. This is the image of the people, which, on one moment, it also go with, hey, now this right here is a chapbook. You know what I'm saying? These are chapbooks back then during those times. How they was able to get out stories and able to get out the word to the masses. like Netflix or something, like YouTube. Like YouTube at the time. This is like pop culture. This is popularity. You know, you got the kings and the queens. You got the people up high, the people with bread that's really into this, you know, the reading the books and understanding the world. The chap books. The chap books. And they start with Rob Band Balls. It's right here. It's just almost like it's the same thing, but it's just before the information they putting out to the masses. A single sheet. 1583. The printing press. This is the black man of the South Sea. You know, people say, don't say black. People say, don't say black. People say, don't say black. People don't say black. Negro, black, nigga. Ain't nothing but a black man in the world. They try to just put it straight on Africa. But it's not just straight Africa because they run around the world finding the black man. And who was the first one to try to abolish slavery in the whole world? With the British? Scotland? Them New England people? All them Northeast people? This what they teaching their kids. Same image. Same image. Why they using that image of the black man in America, from the West Indies? It's in the 1700s. It's in the 1700s. It ain't just Africa. Don't let them trick you. That's not how they was taught. Before they left that island over there, this is what they was taught. This image right here.
The page to the left features the title at the top and the publisher's address at the bottom of the book, as well as a verse on the virtues of education at a young age, self-promoting the chapbook's purpose. The oval, framed illustration on this page is distinct from the other, all-square, illustrations throughout the narrative. We see the scantily clad figure of a black native from the South Seas, leaning against a man-sized barrel and smoking a long pipe. This is a standard plate of the publishing house, recurring in various contexts throughout their publications.
This is standard for the black man smoking that tobacco from the South Seas. This is standard. So I can definitely see when Menendez, before he founded St. Augustine, he wrote this letter to the king. And I wonder why he was so confident to say there's 200 plus thousand niggas out here. And we just getting started. We ain't even settled in St. Augustine yet. But they done shipped over that many? Or they got close to that? People that had kids or they got close to that? No. 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 Oh yeah, let's talk about Cuba. I always gotta bring up Cuba. For the simple fact that Cuba didn't get conquered until 1511, 1512. They saying in 50 years, by 1560, there's 20,000 blacks over there. In 50 years, by 1560. Now check this out though. Now this was crazy. Okay, hold on. Let me point this out real quick, but they talk about okay. So you see right here, they talking about 1532. They talking about they collected 7,000 pesos. That's because the king said, hold on, because they was poor. Hold on. 1528. Hold on, matter of fact, let me scroll up a little bit. Let me go up. Because Cuba was very poor. The price was high to buy niggas. Despite the high cost of special license to import slaves. Hold on, so what the king do? Hold on. because they talk about the. Hold on, I gotta go back. Well, I ain't tripping. What it is that the king was saying, all right, man, you know what I'm saying, man, I'm gonna save up some money for y'all. We're gonna save up some money so y'all can be able to get some niggas over there to Cuba. You know what I'm saying? This what he's saying. This what he telling the folks. That's why they had to save up the money. So when they saved up the money, the niggas still didn't even get shipped there. The niggas didn't get there until the 40s. They still didn't get shipped there. Then this dude right there, Hernando, he asked to ship some niggas over. And but it didn't obtain. They didn't get no niggas over there until 1547. Until 1547. They had to save up 7,000 pesos just to get 700 niggas. Cuba was poor. How the hell they get 20,000 niggas by 1560? How, Sway? 314, make the girl say, oh. How that happened? And that's the book right here. Gonna go check it out. The History of Slavery in Cuba, 1511, 1868. And you're gonna read how they didn't really get no niggas over there until the 1540s. I ain't gonna say get no niggas over there until 1540s, but to where they deep. Other than that, them is the Maroons. Them is the bad Indians. Because they got the Maroons, that's the bad Indians. Not the good Indians. Trying to justify. Trying to justify the same way they do now. When they trying to hem up a nigga. So why is he saying that in Hispaniola is hella smaller than Cuba? Hella. They said Hispaniola had 30. You know why Hispaniola had the 30? Because that's where they was taking out the indigenous people, just taking them there, going and gaffling them, taking them there. That was that boat trip. That was their boat trip. This is before St. Augustine. St. Augustine wasn't no slave port. There wasn't no mines up there. There wasn't no big crops up there. What they have a town called Africa up there, Santa Catalina de Africa, the town of Africa. Please, can somebody tell me how it was 200K by 1560? Link in the chat. Just to roll up real quick. Hold up real quick. I'm so glad that showed up real quick. To comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and do it again. Yeah, man. I slid by the Mossy tribe the other day, and cause I heard something how they tried to put some whoop in the game, and hold on real quick. Yeah, they tried to put some whoop in the game. This is the whoop they tried to put in the game. But go on and check it out. This may be some homework for you, for the people. You know what I'm saying? They like the bones. They like the, you know what I'm saying, the archaeology and that type. Go on and check this out, though.
Scam gods, as Robert would say. I'm blaming true story.
I'm gonna come off mute and blame that nigga too.
Yep.
Hey Sean, have you ever covered the skeletal remains at La Isabella?
I don't think we have. I think we pulled it up one day, didn't we?
I'm not sure. But the first settlement that Columbus finds when he gets to La Isabella.
We pulled it up.
In the past 10 years, that they marked that there was at least 3 African skeletal remains there.
Yeah.
What I like about that study is how they distinguished the difference by just looking at the teeth. Obviously, there wasn't any corn in the, forgive my son, in the Eastern Hemisphere. So they looked at teeth and you could see the carbon, dang, what's the word? I'm sleepy. But you can see deterioration from what corn does through carbon isotopes. It wears on the teeth. And that's how they could spot natives when they wasn't sure.
My question is how they ain't sure. I thought it was just the skull. I thought it was just the skull. Now they can't tell the difference.
The teeth.
Yeah. The core having all that damn carbon in it, it is probably harder on the teeth than what we would be eating over there, wheat and rice, compared to eating corn. So that's a good way that they know the difference. But in that study, they proved that, okay, yeah, you did have Africans with Columbus.
They wasn't already here.
Now you're saying Africans. You see that? With Columbus. Now it's more than one. They keep on adding more whoop to the game. Now the reason that I'm saying that they adding a whoop to the game is because when we go here, when we go back here, it's only one black. And another black didn't come so-called till 1501, so-called. One. And I believe that the bones is going back before Christopher Columbus.
That's why they buried over here.
I want to say it was 2 gentlemen and a woman they found of African origins in La Isabella. So that puts us here at 14.
This is in the islands in the Bahamas. This is in the islands in the Bahamas.
$94 for certainty. So that puts us here at $14.94 for certainty.
Mm-hmm. And no dispute from me. Yoda's retarded. All right, let me hit play. Let's hear some more of this Muskegee Creek, all the Greek.
So the folks that's into the bones, there's definitely some homework right there.
They're not gonna get y'all. They're not gonna break down this language like I'm telling y'all. They not. And if you,
How y'all gonna say what you want, man? How y'all gonna say what do you want? How y'all gonna say that Columbus had some Africans with him, but he ain't saying that he had the African women with him? He never said he didn't have Africans with him. We know for a fact he had Africans with him because he had John the Black with him, an African.
No, I'm talking about these 3 and 4 y'all talking about.
No, he said 1494. There's other people on the boat besides John the Black. There was another black person on the boat with Columbus when John the Black was on the goddamn boat.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was two of them that made the voyage. You ain't even read the primary.
What's the other one name?
Go find it.
What's up with this female in 94 though?
What's wrong with the female in 94?
They brought up a female that early in the game?
I'm asking you. You the one brought it up.
I ain't never seen it before.
So why you asking us about a female?
Because y'all just put it in the game.
We didn't put no female in the game.
Y'all said that it was 3-4 people that was there with them for sure. That was Africans in 94.
Do you not know that they was bringing people with them since they were fucking indentured. They were bringing people with them since 1492. 94 ain't gonna be nothing but some more. So why the fuck are you complaining?
Why they not calling them Africans like the other Africans?
Who said that they're not calling them Africans?
Because they only saying that they only had over 1 or 2.
Did you get the claim that they're not African?
From the first blacks in America?
Where does it say that on the First of Blacks of America website?
It'll only say that it's 2 of them by 1501.
Lino, stop lying.
Said it's only 1501 by 2, so I'm trying to see. Y'all talking about 94.
Show it. Pull it up.
No, you can find it out. We just chopping it up.
No, we ain't chopping it up, nigga. You making claims, and you lying on the goddamn website.
I ain't lying.
Yeah, you is.
Go to the timeline. You will see.
I ain't playing this goddamn game. We already put you up on the First Blacks website. You knew nothing about it, nigga. And they ain't talking about the first black this and that was here in X, Y, and Z. We know exactly who accompanied Columbus the first trip he made. John the Black was on that bitch, and he was telling motherfuckers what was going on. The only reason we know what we know is because John the Black had to go to court and testify against Columbus for shit that was going on in the Americas. And they needed his verification. So they had John the Black on the court testimony. That's why we know what the fuck we know about who was on what ship. And then you want to talk about 1501? Several black people in the Americas by 1501. Columbus wasn't the only person that was making the journey. Other people journeyed alongside, especially around that time, 1501. Come on, man.
There you go, Sean.
Arguing with this idiot. I ain't got time to argue with that idiot. He done already been beat up. I'm tired of punching on him. Go learn how to do some fucking research. 500-year-old remains may be first of African woman to reach the Americas. You gotta be subscribed. Oh, hold on, I can get the article. I had news science. I done used up all my free shit. I don't know why he think people don't know what the fuck they're talking about, bro. We got the evidence. Y'all niggas have no evidence. Especially you.
Remember, he said 1494. 1494.
I'm going to the archaeological site. Well, Ars Tech. Ars Tech gonna give us the same article, but they're gonna credit the site.
And this is in the Bahamas.
500-year-old bones of African slaves tells a traumatic story. They are among the earliest enslaved people brought to the Americas. Archaeologists found the bones of 3 young African-American men. The 500-year-old mass grave. Oops, wrong one. Hold on. You said the woman. Don't worry, I got it. I need to close out some of these tabs. The real name is Calvin Denver. With written in the chemical isotope ratio in their teeth. This one even got it in there too. In their teeth, archaeologists found traces of DNA with 2 pathogens that probably left the man in a painful chronic illness. But their stories, where they came from, written in the chemical isotope ratios of DNA. All 3 men were found to be 25 years old, died of brutal physical strain and worn and torn on their bodies. In the mid-20s, yada, 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 yada. We motherfuckers from Africa. That was in that one grave site. Dang, that mother will not get me past this. I got a blocker. Hold up.
So they putting extras in the game. They putting extras in the game. But the only Sean P that I know is this nigga.
Same old.
Okay. Yeah, man. It's my love song, man. Beat no shit. That Swag Mac shit, man. Swag Mac. 24/7, man. 24/7? Ride with Europeans, probably. Ain't no telling, man. The East Side. Mac Tag Nation. Not on the baby in the backseat. Not on the baby in the backseat. Not on the baby in the backseat. A romantic night with a free. Not on the baby in the backseat. Not on the baby in the backseat. Not on the baby me in the backseat. A romantic night with a freak. I just left the movie with this cutie. And her body's like big booty duty. She fired up the doobie while I bust down the switcher. Her eyes was already red like a blister. I'm on somebody's sister. And what she fister me doing is calling me mister. But I kinda miss her freaky ways. Like how she put my dick out on the freeway. Get on the head just like a toothpaste. She said fuck the bed, she want it right away. I got off so I can get off. Cause she didn't have no smell like that new off. She's a flirter. She's a squirter. Get in the guts and you gotta kinda hurt her. The windows are foggy. The style we in is doggy. Fast and slow, then I hit her with the Ricky Bobby. It was a weekend. I was chilling with this weekend. And straight sex is what she was freaking. I smell it when she speaking. Her dad's a deacon. She said she gonna have to sneak out or me sneak in. I'm outside, feeling like this the life. I'm thinking to myself, man, it been a month since I met her. But she's playing the role until she walked out the backyard and just a roll. No underclothes, so I knew what was up. She got in the car and didn't even say what's up. Just grabbed nothing, started jerking, started slurping, started twerking until I started working, putting the work in. And then I gave birth on her chin, put the perp in, the fucking herb, 14 grams, same price as Jordan Nike herb. She's my backseat lover, got her own rubber. We was on the bed, she wanted on top of the cover. She a super freak, she be super wet. And you feeling like you geek or smoke some wet. He sweat, then her pink sweat. The cat I stretch until I'm in deep sweat. What next? It's big neck. Till her boyfriend blow up her pen tech. I met her on Facebook, great pretty face look. She giving me face, she said, baby, don't look. I said, baby, look. You fucking with Mac and I have you burning corners like Jeremy Mac. She got hell, turned on like a lamp. Hot, lick me like a book of stamps, non-stop. Till we got to her spot, she said, damn, Swag Mac, you really hit my spot. Okay, my spot.
Imagine being able to build anything, for any reason, in any style,